It is Monday.
It sure is. And with everything that entails.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was an E3
Oh, yeah, that
thing
happened.
happened.
You know, I would have been more excited about that other than the fact that our site was such a shit show over the weekend from all the spam. Like by the time it happened, I could barely even function. But actually, the Microsoft thing was great. And I feel
Hmm.
like there's been I mean, this was years in the making with all
Yeah.
the studio acquisitions, but I feel like
Hmm.
there's been a real turnaround. And by the way, I mean, just from last year, I mean, think about the Halo Infinite thing that they did on top of that game show. I think it was in August, and it was like,
Yeah,
what
last
is
summer.
going on? Have you gone back? Did you like put it on 16-bit mode?
Mm.
I mean, what's happening? I mean, obviously with many more months of development, it's shaping up nicely. And
Hmm.
Flight Simulator, I guess they had said, maybe they did say last summer. For some reason, to me, it feels like it's coming a little earlier on Xbox, but it looks awesome.
Yeah. Don't leave out the Top Gun part.
I am leaving out the Top Gun part.
No. No, it's the
By the
most.
way, this is something you as a younger gentleman, could
Yeah.
perhaps help me with. Um, the gaming world has, I'm going to say evolved, maybe the better
Hmm.
word is changed, into a system of seasons, right?
Hmm.
And it seems like every game is picking up this naming convention or whatever for DLC. It's like a
Yeah,
season,
they've
you know?
changed. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know why this is weird to me. Like even the games that I care about the most, like the Call of Duty games, I don't understand what these seasons until they make trailers. There's like little movies that tell stories.
Marketing
I, I,
moments.
I it's weird. Like to me, it's just you drop a map, drop a weapon, add whatever,
Hmm.
new characters, clothes, whatever stuff you get in the game. I don't understand the narrative of the season, like it's a sporting event or something,
Yeah.
right?
The season's just a way to wrap it up into something fun, but the Top Gun stuff is.
It's not gonna let the Top Gun thing go.
I mean, you
All
get.
right, what talk? Tell me. I literally saw Top Gun, and I'm like, nope.
So I spent too much time yesterday
Hmm.
because I watched the flight sim stuff. The game is fun on the PC, but I'll probably play it more on the console just to
Exactly.
see how well it
Yep.
performs. But anyway, so Top Gun 2 was actually supposed to come out last year, like a year ago today. Actually,
I know.
no,
I can't wait to
no, no,
see
no, Christmas
Terry
time.
McGillis or whatever her name is.
It was originally supposed to come out, I think, in December of 2020
Hmm.
or 2019, maybe. I can't even remember. And then they delayed it, and then they just said, "All right, screw it. We're waiting until after the pandemic." And so it's coming out this year.
Hmm.
And what they're doing, or what I did is I actually chopped up the video and tweeted it up. Is they recreated some of the trailers, the movie trailers, in the flight sim trailer. It's actually pretty
Oh,
interesting. So
that's okay.
like, and I put them side by side where the scenes overlap, and like they did it exactly. But anyways, so you'll be able to play. Like, I'm guessing you can just like land on an aircraft carrier and like take off on an aircraft carrier. I'm hoping that they have like a goose simulator that just launches you into a canopy, and then like a dog tag chuck where you can just stand on the back of the aircraft carrier and throw like. Okay, last two might be made up a little bit, but I don't know.
I thought so. Where my brain went as you were talking,
Mhm.
the way they integrated it into the game, because you think like, how possibly could this
Yeah.
work? My mind went to a very strange place, which was on a cross country flight between Boston and Los Angeles. You can watch the movie Top Gun 2 in flight
No,
on the seat back.
no. I think
You know,
they're putting like the planes in. They're putting an
Mhm.
aircraft carrier
The whole
in.
movie's in the game.
You can be
You just gotta
Maverick.
fly somewhere to watch it.
They should be like they should do. You should be able to play beach volleyball. Should be part of
Hmm.
the part of
Oh,
it.
high
And
fiving,
yeah, while high fiving. And then there should be
sunglasses.
a motorcycle thing that when you get on the motorcycle, that it just turns into road rash. And you get to play road rash like in the game. That would be the whole.
Oh, brother.
Anyways, yeah.
Hmm.
Google makes Workplace free for everyone. I didn't even know.
I know.
That,
Google's offering is a little confusing, although I guess maybe it helps to remind people that the Microsoft stuff is probably arguably the
I was
same
gonna
thing.
say,
I
have
mean,
you looked at licensing for Office?
yeah, yeah, but I mean, between like consumer and commercial, I mean,
Yeah.
so obviously as an individual, you can sign up for a Google account and you get Gmail and Docs and slides and whatever else they have. and that's basically Workspace, right? They don't really call it that on the consumer side, but that's sort of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But Workspace has additional features for end users, and of course, management functionality. So the free Workspace thing means features that were in those products, Gmail, Calendar, Docs, whatever, that were only in Workspace are coming to consumers now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I was looking for some rationale in the post, like why are they doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a hard message to say we're making something available for free to people that didn't get this thing before. I mean, it sounds like a really nice thing, but why are they doing it? And I actually think that Google is doing it to avoid complexity on the development side, because they basically have to fork everything they do on every single one of those products and then maintain both versions. And it's like, you know what, guys, if we just made this one thing, it would be easier. And that's my guess. But you know what? Hey, whatever. They're going to be better. So it's good.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's
either that or it's an antitrust FU. It's like, they're bearing down on us, so we're going to do even more integration,
Oh, speaking of antitrust stuff, did you see what Apple is undoing in the App Store?
Oh, I did not. I
So
thought you were going to go in a completely different direction.
No. Hold on. I want to pull this up because I'm pretty sure Apple Files and Dropbox. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I don't take this as verbatim, but I'm pretty sure this is accurate. So Apple, when you went to the App Store and would search for like files or something like a file management, they admitted that they were artificially putting their Files app at the top, like above things like Dropbox, because, well, they're theirs. And so now apparently they're going to...
There's a lot of examples of this, by the way.
Which they admitted they're doing that, and they're going to stop doing that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, good, right? I mean, Google probably does the same thing, by the way, in their store. I mean, the artificial, it's like we live and die by some algorithm. No, you don't. There is an algorithm, no doubt about it, but you're also manually screwing around with the results to put your stuff at the top. Apple's been doing that for years. I mean, there's been a lot of people take screenshots like, look, I just searched literally for Dropbox, and the first thing that comes up is their Apple's app, that kind of thing, or Spotify, same thing. So that's good. That's a bit. I would like to see. That's good. It's good. It's not. I'm not complaining about that, but I would. I'd like to see more substantial changes, like the 15% thing they did last year. Meaning apps can now communicate to their own customers and say, hey, by the way, you can't buy this thing from the app, but if you go to our website, you can get it there or whatever. Or you can buy it in the app and but it's cheaper if you do it over here or whatever. So that's good. Okay, well, is that one of those like that must have fallen out of the bottom of the WWDC announcements, like like on Friday last week? They're like, oh, by the way, we're doing.
Apple said we are removing the manual boost, and the search results should be more relevant.
Boost. The manual boost.
Yep.
It's the Viagra of App Store results. No. Too much.
If the ratings last longer than 4. So, all right. Well, it's Monday.
There it is. Sorry.
Yay.